Hi everybody, my name is Cristina Ruales. Thanks for following us today. What we're going to start doing here is focus on the large part of my brand identity, which I'm trying to share and build a community with you guys. So thanks for joining us. It's regarding my idea of being a designer as a feminist and female empowerment, and how we can work together as a community to empower each other, empower ourselves, and ideally not just the women, but just humans in general in this time, which is probably challenging for a lot of people and can be, including myself. So we're going to start to do podcasts through YouTube, and I hope you'll join us there, which is why I have a camera over here. So hello everybody, again it's Cristina Ruales, and what I want to start talking about first today is about my brand and what it is that I identify the brand to be, and why I decided to launch this company and what it's all about. And then we'll tell stories more and more every day about behind the scenes, what it is to be a fashion designer, what the process is, what the mentality is behind it, how I arrived to where I am today, where I'm hoping to go, and as also part of just my life as a designer, as a mother, and other roles that I take, climber, whatever it may be. So today I just want to start to share a little bit about what's on my bio on my website, which is www.cristinaruales.com, and it's Cristina without an H, and that's because I'm from Ecuador. I'm Latina, and I migrated to the United States at the age of 12, and have been here ever since, with the exception of a quick stint in London, which was brilliant. So basically I want to talk about how I launched this company, what I'm doing, and where we're going in terms of let's start off with the aesthetic, and a little bit as to how I arrived to where I am today as an artist. The feminist part has been there since I was extremely young, and I think that started with my mother, who I believe was a very strong feminist in her own right. And I think that I came to the United States at the age of 12. It's very formative years, and it was, a time where a little bit like today, actually, I would say, where really individualism isn't being celebrated. And I know that we go in phases where we talk about being individuals, but right now if you look around in terms of style and trends and how basically, and myself included, in terms of how we want followers, even the identity and the idea that we all want followers. Well, I would like leaders. I would like to be in a crowd of leaders, not in a crowd of followers. But I suppose at some point the two could be the same thing. But basically what it is right now that I'm thinking is that who am I as an artist, and why did I launch this collection at this particular time? When I launched, I had already had a company 15 years ago that never gets talked about, but that started as a fair trade company that was in existence 15 years ago. So nobody used the word fair trade, it didn't exist. But speaking a little bit to world and global economics, which I think fashion not only mimics but also can affect very strongly, there was Ecuador had its dollarization, and the fact that it went from sucres to dollars pretty much overnight. Everybody was buying things in commerce in dollars but still earning sucres. So it created what for Ecuador would be like the Great Depression, if you will. Literally, people who had savings in their bank accounts, it disappeared. Like the money from the banks disappeared. I wanted, my own call to action was a decision to create anything in fashion that would allow to create jobs in Ecuador. And to be honest, selfishly speaking, allow me to climb, also in Ecuador, with my favorite people. So I went there and did some investigation, and the only thing that I felt was a very standout talent in terms of fashion was knitting. and embroidery. So I started with knitting and created a knitwear line. You know, I was quite young. I'm not sure I knew exactly what I was doing in terms of creating, you know, a ton of profit, etc. But because I think I was more into the humanitarian aspect of it. But long story short, I was able to create a small company where women were the knitters and they took their work home, literally in a vat, little plastic vat that I would provide so that everything would remain sanitary and they could still be stay-at-home moms. That's a really big deal, to be able to still take care of your children, tend to your home duties, and then who knows, maybe they're knitting all night. But it was amazing, the relationships I created with these women, and their story is something we can talk about at a later date. But fast forward to the company that I relaunched and where I am as an artist. I also want to share that now, you know, 15 years later, who am I? I think after a lot of experience under my belt, I'm basically somebody who's trying to empower women with a new feminist, like a new femininity, like what that means for us to be feminine, and also as a designer and as an artist, how to push the artistic limits within the realms of still being commercial, as like an American designer, where my ultimate goal is to reach a larger audience and create profit for my then bigger goals, which is, you know, down the road, ideally philanthropy and education. So here's a little bit about me. This is a little intro as to what are the things that we're all going to be talking about. And I'm hoping that by sharing my story, I can create opportunities for you guys to share yours with us. And we're going to create content and space on our website. And we request that you guys share your videos with us, and we will post them. And please stay tuned. Thanks for your time today, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Bye.